Hi, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com. Today I'm going to be looking at a business RCS messaging demo from Mobile World Congress shot by the GSMA. This one is from Boston Pizza. If you're interested in watching the original video, we'll have that in the description below. So let's kick it off.
Hi, I'm Andrew Charles Edwards for ICF Olsen here at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. I'm really excited to be presenting the Boston Pizza RCS use case that we're really proud of.
Okay, so a lot of stuff going on in this first image here. I want to break it down. So first, up in the top of the message, you're going to see that there's a logo. And that's new because in SMS and MMS, you only get to send via a short code, which is a 5 to 6 digit phone number. You don't get to include logos in your messages. So as an identifier, you could include a logo as like an MMS image if you want, but it's not up there at the very top of the message, kind of identifying the message and who it's from. So as you'll see, they got the logo, then they have Boston Pizza below it, so the brand name, and then even below that, there's a little description about the brand. This is really nice because let's say you opted in and it's been a couple months and now you're getting a message and maybe you don't know what Boston Pizza is. It gives you a little description here. A sports bar and a restaurant, Boston Pizza is two great concepts under one roof. I think what they're going for here on RCS business messaging is real transparency, making sure that consumers never don't know who's text messaging them. Below that is another kind of transparency feature of RCS business messaging. That is the verified badge. And that essentially means that this is Boston Pizza. This is not somebody trying to act like Boston Pizza and trying to get your information. Now, maybe that isn't the most important thing for Boston Pizza. It is maybe if you're putting, credit card information in. But think about like a bank. So this is going to be huge for banks, the verified option for RCS business messaging, because you're going to know that who you're communicating with is actually who you're communicating with. And you're going to have that little verified badge there to make sure, that you are 100% sure that you're communicating with the brand you think you are. Now on the very top here, this is interesting as well. You can see at the very, very top, there's a little arrow up there. This is actually a custom color. So Boston Pizza is able to not only select the little buttons and things that they have. So as you can see at the very bottom, it says want to order and the plus symbol. At the header, you also get to decide what color you want. And in addition to that, you can't really see it, but it says Boston Pizza at the top instead of just a short code number. So again, a lot of branding elements in these RCS business messaging that is not available with SMS and MMS.
So for as long as I can remember, the best way to celebrate my birthday has always been with a pizza. So a very simple question from a brand.
Couldn't agree more. I love pizza too. So this is a mass text message. Okay, it's been so long that I keep saying text message. It's an RCS message. It's a mobile message. So as you can see here, this is a mass RCS message, I'm assuming. And it essentially is sending out a mass message to everybody that has a birthday today. And as you can see here, they're essentially using the concepts that they've done through MMS, which is send an image. But then below, they actually have what we call quick replies. And he'll walk through it in a second here. It's pretty cool because this you do not have with SMS or MMS.
And to a customer, would you like to order pizza? Yes, I would.
Okay, so this is very interesting, and he actually did something, and I stopped it perfectly, I think, here. So this is what is called a quick reply. Essentially, it's a button, but it's actually not like a web button. It's actually a button that converts itself, once you click it, into a message that is then sent off to Boston Pizza. So as you can see here, when he clicked on the button, yes please, it actually created a message with yes please as the message, and that's being sent to Boston Pizza. So it is very similar to somebody responding via SMS, but instead of actually responding, you're giving them little buttons to click.
What's really great about this is we're taking an experience that would traditionally.
So just so we're all clear here, this is a quick reply because you're kind of replying very quickly through the use of a button instead of like having to type it out on your phone. The message has gone from this consumer's phone to Boston Pizza. Boston Pizza processes the reply and then sends back another RCS business message to the consumer. This is what they have sent. We can help with that. Would you like pickup or delivery? And this is what we call a rich card. There's a few different terms and they're kind of being tossed around, but this is what I think in the spec it's called, a rich card, rich experience, something like that. And essentially it's text, images, and then links also within that rich card. It's kind of one experience, as you can see here.
Traditionally use an app, a call center, or website, and bring it to you in a message window, which is a simple way for a brand to connect with the customer. So I want this food delivered to me because I'm feeling a little lazy today.
And as you can see, if I go back a little bit here, that was a quick reply. Let me go back a little bit more.
I want this food delivered to me because...
So right as he clicked delivery in this RCS rich card, you can see on the right-hand side there, it actually created an RCS message that had the message delivery. So it's not like a website where they're clicking and there's HTML behind it. And then it's going somewhere, linking you to something. It's actually composing a new message to this brand via RCS and then sending it for you. You don't need to click send. So this one, he's clicking delivery. That automatically creates this delivery message on the right-hand side here, and then it sends it to Boston Pizza. They process it, and then they're going to send something back.
I'm feeling a little lazy today. And what's lovely is we're able to leverage.
So they've sent the message back, and then now they've sent, Boston Pizza has sent an RCS message back to the consumer, another rich card with information about where they want Boston Pizza to deliver the pizza. Now, the phone is not smart enough to know exactly what their location is in terms of their address. What this is being pulled from is from some profile that Boston Pizza has for this phone number. So this will require somebody to have an account at Boston Pizza.
Leverage the information we know about that customer to make this experience even easier. So I don't need to fill out a bunch of fields and say what my address is.
Interesting here, he has the rich card, which is great. Where would you like us to deliver your food? He has the quick replies, which are those different addresses. And then also he has a button on the bottom, which I'm guessing is another quick reply, which is to change the address. All these things are essentially creating a new message and then automatically sending it to Boston Pizza.
Because Boston Pizza already knows that information. What's really great about this is I'm able to...
Okay, this is cool. So as you can see here, he's messaging back and forth, and then Boston Pizza, which again, I'm not sure if I mentioned at the very top, Boston Pizza gets an icon for their logo. They also get it on the left-hand side when they're actually interacting with the consumer via the RCS business message. So as you can see there, it says sounds good. There's a little icon on the left instead of like a default, default head usually, and it's a very generic kind of a face that usually is accompanied, with SMS and MMS. This one is actually like a logo, so much more branding than an SMS or MMS experience. So sounds good. What pizza do you feel like eating today? This is, I think, the best feature, especially for mass messaging, is in retail restaurants, things of that nature. This is a carousel. And a carousel actually is multiple images and then multiple text and links and things that you can do below the image. And you can actually swipe like this, left and right, and you can actually see more images and more of these carousel type kind of containers. So hopefully he does this and he swipes through. Let's see.
To look through the different types of pizzas that are available.
Perfect.
We're using predictive analytics to...
So as you see here, he can like swipe through those. I think this is going to be a huge feature and one of the best features, I think, for RCS business messaging. Even if you don't want to do all this chatbot stuff and having them text back and forth, I think just this, think about for like a retailer. If a retailer sends out a mass message and they say, hey, we have 15 different items on sale right now, and you can swipe through all those items and then click on one and go to the mobile app or the website to purchase it. I think this is just a huge advantage over SMS and MMS currently.
To know the types of pizzas that are most relevant to me as a customer. So I know that this can be a little...
How beautiful is that? Isn't that cool?
With a Hawaiian pizza.
All within the message.
And I know for me that I'm a hungry guy, so I want a large. And I also want to be able to share that with my friends.
And again, as I explained, this is very conversational, chatbot type messaging. That is one component of RCS business messaging, but also another component is just mass messaging, because there are some brands that don't want to kind of build a workflow like this every single time, every multiple times a week to send a mass message. They want to send something out and then have people click to a website or an app where they can purchase or do things like that. So there's two different ways to kind of use RCS business messaging. I think what will be interesting is that carousel feature for the mass messaging, and then clicking through to a mobile website or to an app to make the purchase, select what size you want, things of that nature. Again, in this example, he's going through more of a chatbot experience where you're messaging back and forth with the brand.
But now that I'm sharing a pizza, I might want to consider
There's
adding
again
a couple
that
extra
slider,
toppings to
the
that.
carousel.
So using the carousel, I'm able to actually flip through and decide what I want to add.
Now, he's going through this whole process of like building a pizza through messaging. There's two different ways, as I just explained. One will be doing all of that via messaging, and then the second way will be using some of the RCS features like the carousel, maybe one message or a couple messages, and then kicking them to an app or a mobile website. I think that'll be dependent on the brand and what they're looking to do.
Add black olives, not for me, but banana peppers, yeah. So not everyone likes a spicy pizza.
This demo is starting to make me hungry.
I'm able to actually customize that and only put spicy peppers on the right side.
Okay, again, another quick reply there.
I have my order right. And you know what? I'm being a little ambitious saying that I want my pizza right now. So I'm going to go back and change the time.
As you can see, a lot of interaction here, and a brand this is not a quick, easy thing for a brand to build. They're going to have to think about all of these different variables, especially with how many variables there are for delivery and the different types of pizza and then the things that go with the pizza, like sodas and salads and things of that nature. So these are not things that I think will be built really quickly, but I think if done right, I think they will work pretty well.
Of when that's going to be delivered so that I have a little more room to make it home before the delivery guy.
Again, all these things are quick replies.
Review, confirm that these are the details I want.
Another rich card there.
A secure checkout page where all I have to do is click checkout, and Google Wallet automatically makes that payment for me.
And that's kind of that holy grail there, is incorporating discovery, the purchase, and then the actual transaction on the mobile phone through RCS business messaging. This is kind of the holy grail, is putting everything in messaging where you don't have to go anywhere else. It's all contained with this one message.
Powerful way to engage customers. Millennial families are used to using apps like Uber Eats and Fedora, and now I'm able to connect right through a messaging window without needing to download an app and without needing to use a second or third party.
Awesome. So great RCS business messaging demo from Mobile World Congress, shot by the GSMA, with Boston Pizza, and how really they're taking RCS business messaging to a whole new level, really incorporating chatbots and pretty much making the entire experience of ordering a pizza be able to put right within one message. Where right now, if it's SMS or MMS, you essentially get one SMS or MMS message. You maybe get to see an image or a video, but then you have to link and click to open up a mobile app or open up mobile web or click to call, Boston Pizza to place your order. This with RCS business messaging will allow Boston Pizza to create an entire ordering experience all within the messaging app. If you're interested in watching the original video from the GSMA, click in the links below. Again, my name is Derek Johnson with Tatango.com, and this was a demo, an RCS business messaging demo from Boston Pizza at Mobile World Congress 2018.